The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra.
More. The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra.
Biafra is a spirit. Biafra is an ideology that no one can kill. God sent the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, to resurrect our nation, Biafra. Long live Biafra. Freedom Biafra. God bless Biafra. From Sivachi. Biafra cannot die. It's a time for freedom, time for victory. Chuka Biafra. To die, children can youth weeping, parents lamenting, the raping and the shooting, the massacre, the killing, destroying our farmlands and give our outward nuggets. To all the people, enough is enough, we can't take this no more. People to find a nation. It is time for the chosen people to rewrite their history. It is time for the people that have been enslaved to discover their liberty, their brothers and sisters. The time for God to build our nation have come. We have one nation, blessed nation. For a long time we have accepted domination. For a long time we have been strong. For a long time we have been ignored. The time that God has chosen for us as called. We have one nation. God bless Biafra. Anyhow we will exalt our nation. The nation Biafra. The slave who does not fight for his freedom. Nobody will be supported. Freedom. Let's struggle for our liberty, not with weapons of war, but with a common language and a conviction. The Catalonian speeches, Bomba Kalashnikov cannot do anything to the people that have received the same cause. The people that have tasted for freedom. People of Biafra together for victory. Only the struggle liberates.
Because of millions of Biafran men, women and children massacred in cold blood and are still being massacred. That is why we must continue to fight for Biafra. But the message we're sending across is that you can kill the flesh but not the spirit. The spirit of Biafra is alive.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Okafo Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Okafo Mefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words, but one day we shall. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazenande Ukukano. He is the king of Afali Beku. Afali Beku is in Omuahia. Omuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. He is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. He is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, of course no other than IPOB. And by the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Every piece of land in Delta State. And as always, I must proceed to acknowledge the Creator. Of course, we must not forget that the IPOB religious body actually in 7 days ongoing praise and worship session. And of course, those who understand what the spiritual implication of what they are doing is supposed to be standing by them. And that having been said, I must move ahead to acknowledge the Creator. I call him Chukwu Kikabiama. He that taught Uruguge, Umema, he that taught Uruguge, Noga Kara Kerugo. He that taught Uruguge, Apata Nekungwa, he that taught Uruguge, Noga Kara Kerugo. He that taught Uruguge, Anya nelo wam hida toturuguge noga kara kerugo. Anyi na jage mao nejoku ne maramaye ihunanya ge ne nage obiomage o juru anyanya dadio ingwe ge mgbanwe o di onye dika ge Ibu Alpha and Omega, Anine Nasina Nedemao. You see. And of course, by the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, we will continue on this segment that the theme is titled "And Remain Back to Your Root." On this segment, our theme is "Back to Your Root." This is one language that makes a lot of black afraid. If you have ever seen the power of inferiority complex destroy anybody, you just need to look at a black man in the face and say, go back to your root. Many of them that are still plugged to the matrix, many of them that are not yet awakened, that word frightened them because they have been feasting with a lot of garbage. They have been properly indoctrinated to hate themselves. They speak from their subconscious mind without knowing. They are the type of people that lead you to pray against a central cause, but they have failed to think about a central blessing. They tell you our fathers are evil, our fathers are evil, our fathers are evil, our fathers are this, our fathers are that. Brother, if you are in any way better than your father, believe me, just very little. Because you are just another part of your father. So if your father is evil, you are evil. If your mother is evil, my brother, you are evil. This is one truth we must embrace. Man always fear that which they cannot understand. And don't you marry him be married. Now let me tell you how it works. You are going out and somebody put a charm for you, what is known as juju. Then put the juju, you jump him. The person will look at you, he say, God save him. I go catch him. The next time they put juju for you, you still come back, you jump and pass. The person go say, Kai, this guy still jump him. Okay, I will catch him. And then they put the third juju, and you still come back, you jump and pass. The conclusion of the whole matter is, this man a bad man, oh. This man a bad man, oh. Okokosi be wo hero. You where they put juju for person, you not be bad man, oh. Now who you they put the juju for in the jump pass? Now I be the bad man. Oh, yeah, man, he be man. That is how it functions. But what am I trying to say in effect? My brother, my sister, black people across the globe, there is so much about our ancestors. So much that if you know a glimpse of it, you will just go jagger on the street wherever you are. Of course, I don't expect you to understand. That is why here in IPOB, as a people of Biafra, we are fighting for our central land, ancestors' land, not our own land. And of course, you begin to see hypocrites who hate their ancestors. And yet they are fighting for the land that belongs to their ancestors. You want evil land? Now maybe you begin to get the picture clearer. That having been said, the mindset behind this program is simple. We should know who they are. Who are these people? What do they believe in? We must know everything we need to know about them. Good and bad, we must embrace it. Because in the end, this is who we are. You go to the museum anywhere in the world, most of the things that you see in the museum are stolen from Africa. Africa, your ancestors that you think they are evil, your ancestors that they demonize, all their demonic artifacts in London, America, and museum across the globe, they are evil. And their evil property is scattered all over the so-called colonial emperors, imperialist empires. When they discover a stone by the Kemet, the ancient Egypt, thousands of years, hundreds of years, they are still trying to disciple one stone. And you are believing that your father is evil. And then before our very eyes, the knowledge that governs the universe itself lie beneath our earth. They came all the way from God know where, and they are harnessing the gas and oil in our land. They came God know from where else, and they are in charge of the gold and diamond and silver in our land. And only God know where these people came from, and they control our very life because you keep believing your fathers are evil. Brother, not my father, not my ancestors. That having been said, our topic still remains taking over spiritual authority around your vicinity as practiced by our ancestors. We went on to look at how they were able to influence the four elements that governs the universe. Do not forget that we live in a four-dimensional world. We live in a four-corner world, four-dimensional. You begin to hear about Eke Nkwo Afo Uri, which is also applicable to the north, to the west, to the east, to the south. It could also be referred to as what do you call it? Water, wind, earth, and then the fire element. All these elements can be called a different name depending on who is projecting them, but they are all the same. As this study continues, we will dabble into a little bit of astrology so that you understand what they did before they say it's evil, it's evil, it's evil. Of course, we are black men. But it's not about being evil or good now. But we have to know why they did what they did. As a Christian, I understand what it means to talk about astrology in the Christendom. You look like a juju man. You look like evil. You do not talk about astrology, of course, the 12 zodiac sign. But it's amazing that the astrologers who actually trace the birth of Jesus were referred to as wise men. And now you see our ancestors are actually wise men. But somebody told you they are astrologer, they are evil. But the astrologer that will discover where Jesus was born, it's not evil. Because they made you believe he's a Igbo man. I won't digress further. Now, that having been said, I remember in the course of that study trying to see how they take authority over the 4 elements of life. We talked about the cap. And on this very segment, on this very part, in the course of our earlier discussion on these 4 elements, on this very part, we are going to look at the issue relating to our traditional cap. Those of you on Facebook, that is one of our mothers. She's putting on Biafran traditional cap. And if you look behind in that video, there is a man sitting behind that woman. He is putting on the black cap. And now we are going to look at the role that cap play. If you look at that woman, she's praying. And she's still putting on the cap. And that is why any religion, I must tell you with the whole of my heart, that asks you to remove your cap as a man when they are praying for you, please, you must be in spiritual, you must be at a spiritual alert. I am a Christian. Christians demand that we remove our cap for us to receive blessing. I understand why. But anybody, in fact, I can assure you, you can't put your hand on my head and pray. Nobody. You can't. But if I give you that privilege, I will be jumping over the prayer. As you are praying for you, oh, may it be well for you. I say it shall be the same to you. May it be well with you. It shall be the same to you. So that if you are using your language or you are cursing me, it shall be the same to you. Now you know. So not everybody praying for you because your problem has overwhelmed you. You now begin to say amen, 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 amen. When you are shouting amen, even when they are cursing you, you'll be saying amen, amen, amen. These are spiritual issues. Now, our ancestors understand the function of cap because it helped them to take spiritual authority over their vicinity. Not just our ancestors. The Yoruba understand this truth. But their cap and function of their cap, the way it is used by their ancestors, I must tell you, it's different from that of Biafra. The Hausa have their own cap. And the same mindset or spiritual understanding behind the cap is different from that of the Biafra. But this evening, let us look at the role the cap play. It's going to be a long topic, but then we follow it up like that. Now, in this study, we are going to consider the following areas. 1, we'll look at the purpose of the cap. Number 2, we are going to consider the purpose of cap, the advantage and disadvantage of cap as we continue. Now, first of all, to take spiritual authority over your vicinity, the cap have a role to play. Number 1, let us look at the purpose of cap. The purpose of cap. But I want to believe that the purpose of cap, let us find out what the cap is, what it looks like, and then we'll find out the purpose of cap. We have different form and shape of cap according to our tradition. We have color implication. In fact, if you look at our traditional cap, in the color implication, they will show you blue, yellow, purple, pink, green, orange, gold, silver. But that is not true. They do not have spiritual implication as far as Biafra is concerned. Most of those colors were invented or introduced based on the mindset of to match fashion design. Our traditional cap has only the following color: white, black, red. Now, our ancestors have the following color. They have black, they have red, they have white, and then they have yellow color. 4 colors. I want you to understand what I'm saying. If you were born in those days where they live in mud house, if you have ever seen your ancestors who lived in mud house, you will know that they used to paint mud house. It is not with beggar paint or any other paint. They understand how to extract red oxide from the mud in our communities. They call it picnic or oxide. It is in the red mud. If you extract this red oxide and you put it in a bucket of water and then you soak it and turn it, with rag, you use it to paint your mud house. That is red color. And now from this red color, if they want to paint the same house black, because I used to paint my grandmother's house, then we grind charcoal. From charcoal, we mix it inside water and use rag and design the same mud house, having been painted with red. Of course, the mud they use in building it is red. You only make it sharper. And then if we want to paint white color, we want to add white color, we go to the clay. From the clay, nzo, native chalk, you have the white color. And then they were able to manipulate the white and the black. It gives them ash color. If you take black and white, depending on the larger proportion, it could degenerate from ash color to gray color. And then they could also have off-white or make color. Because if you understand clay, you have different color of clay. You have clay that looks like chocolate in color. You have clay that is yellow in color. You have clay that is ash in color. And so our ancestors has access to limited colors, which were actually source of the original color. And any other color you have today were actually born through the manipulation of the natural colors you have. And that is why you have primary color and secondary color. All the colors start from the primary color. Combination of one color to another, like yellow and red, gives you orange. And then by the time you take orange and mix it with pink, it gives you another thing, and that is how you have other colors. Now, that having been said, our ancestors actually did not work very hard to manipulate colors, but they dwell on the original color, the primary color, I should say, because this color has spiritual implication. Black means fertility. Red means source of life, but represent blood. Of course, blood is the source of life. And then white means peace. And so when you see an elder putting on a white cap, it signifies something. A mother there on Facebook putting on red cap, it signifies something. And then as you continue, you see another person like the man behind her with a black cap, it signifies something. We have the cap you call Okoro cap. That is for the youth. The one I've described before now, it bends down to one corner and it has something like teal on the end, extreme end of it. And then we have another cap which is actually for tradition, that is for occasion. I don't know the name of that cap, but I think I have one. And my father gave me some. And so I have about 3 of it. Now, let me explain to you who is popular now. Go and look at Magnus Abe. Magnus Abe, Uguniman. I think is the person, one of the Nigerian figure I see putting on that cap. Magnus Abe is always wearing that cap. It's just like almost Yoruba own in a way, but it's not Yoruba cap. Then they design it with lace or other sparkling button. I don't know what they call it. But if you know Magnus Abbey, that is the cap he always wear. Sometimes Chibuike Amechi wear that. These are people who understand a little bit of their culture and tradition. And then by the time you go to most coastal region in Biafra, they wear cowboy cap. No, cowboy cap is not our traditional cap. Cowboy cap has nothing to do with Africa. Cowboy cap you wear as a Ikuli man like Peter Odele have nothing to do with our culture and tradition. These were the Fulani headsmen, the European Fulani headsmen. Look at the name, cowboy cap. Who is a cowboy in Nigeria? Fulani headsmen. The Fulani headsmen who came to our land, first of all in white skin, they brought that cap. So anytime you wear cowboy cap, you think your ancestors wore that. No, this is a sign of cultural degradation. This is a sign of inferiority complex reading you, except you are putting it on as a result of fancy. But outside that, it has nothing to do with our culture and tradition. So if your father tell you that that cowboy cap is your traditional cap, your father can as well tell you that you are a Fulani headsman, or Igbo headsman, or Ikwere headsman, or Niger Delta headsman, because that cap belongs to headsmen, European headsmen. That is why when you are shouting about Fulani headsmen, they are looking at you because sometimes they think you are talking to them. Almost every cowboy are headsmen. The difference is that they may not be killing like black headsmen, because black headsmen don't have sense again. Of course, you see those ones in Nigeria, and then I won't digress further. Just trying to make you understand the difference of cap first of all. But I want us to understand the role they play in order to enable us control our vicinity. Number one, if we have to move to the Bible a little bit so that you know your father, your ancestors are not that evil after all, you go back to the book of Matthew chapter 18 verse 10. Matthew chapter 18 verse 10. It says, take heed that you or ye despise not one of these little ones. Matthew chapter 18 verse 10. Take heed that you despise not one of these little ones. For I say unto you that in heaven their angel do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. Let me repeat it again. He said, take heed that you do not despise one of these little ones, that is little children. For I say unto you that in heaven their angel, that in heaven their angels, these little children angel, do always behold the face of my Father, which is the Creator, which is in heaven. Jesus was warning the disciple. When little children came to him, his disciples started chasing them away. And Jesus said, no, suffer not this little one from coming to me. And I have to warn all of you seriously. When you see little children, do not undermine them. Do not underestimate them. Do not think you can do anything and walk away freely. That is why Nigeria must be tormented till every single one who starve innocent Biafran children, over 3 million of them to death, they think they are going to escape. It's a lie. They are not going anywhere. Jesus warned them. He said, these little children, their angel is always before God. He's very close to God. Don't try it. Now, let us come back to our study. These angels is what our ancestors refer to as God. There is a statement in Igbo language, of course in my language. They will say, Onye na chiya. We must not misunderstand that word, because I see where many people are using this word, they think that everybody have their own God. No. Everybody don't have their own God. We have one Chi Uku. Native doctor acknowledge him. When native doctors pray, they call the gods they serve. They ask the gods they serve to go to message to them to meet the main God. When they pour libation, they acknowledge Chi Uku, Chi Nke Uku, and they acknowledge the gods. When we talk about the gods, people want to hide away from this truth. But let's go back to the Bible. Do not forget that the Bible says, for ye are gods. Now, everybody have their own gods. But we have one God. Because everyone has an angel assigned to them. Our ancestors see this angel assigned to each and every one of us as a god. And so they call Onyibe. There is a god that is sent to guide me. There is an angel rather that is sent to guide me. Our ancestors simply say, everybody and his guardian angel. Everybody cannot have different God because we have one God. And if they ever use that terms, what they were telling you is that everybody with his guardian angel. The angel of the Lord was with Samson. The rule there was, don't shave your head. When he did, the angel couldn't walk. The angel was with Saul. That angel hid pride. And when Saul became pride, very proud, the angel left him. Jesus was the one telling them, make sure that you don't offend these little children. Their angel is always in the presence of God, complaining to God, telling God the challenges they are going through. Do not offend them, because your case, I'm telling you, there will be no escape for you on the judgment day. Onyibe, maybe you now begin to understand where that one is coming from. There is a reason why I'm trying to create this base to enable you appreciate this study. Now we come back to court, to the issue of cap. The reason why our ancestors put on cap, like I was trying to explain earlier before now, is because every living thing have odor. Every living thing have odor. There is a way they smell. Because of so many odor around us, we are not able to perceive and understand. But some people are so obvious that they have body odor so obvious. But because your own body odor is not obvious, does not mean that you don't have body odor. And now, this body odor can be hidden with perfume, but you cannot hide it from the presence of the Creator nor his angel. So anytime you pass before your own angel, you smell like he-goat. You smell awful odor, believe me. It's not because you are dirty. It is because your body generates heat. And this heat combined with the fluid coming from your body in form of sweat, it generates odor. Because you don't notice them, because you are wearing perfume, does not cover the fact that you have an odor. At least if you are just coming back from work, please put your hand in your armpit and then let's see how romantic you will be. Forget about whether you are coming down from the air-conditioned AC. You must notice a slight difference from your body odor when you have taken your bath or when you have not had your bath. Now, that having been said, will you come into the presence of God? Because of that hole that is at the bottom or on top of the head of every man, that is where the odor comes out from. That is the portal to access your mind spiritually. That is why when they knock your head, it is easy for them to use their charm on you. Because your head is the gateway to your soul, to your mind, to your spirit. That is why you have to guard it jealously. Now, the moment you cover this cap, that odor does not come out again. The angels that are assigned to monitor you, they are around you. They call it chi, Onyibe. That chi that have been assigned to protect you, to watch over you, the moment you put on the cap, they are always around you. They don't go out because they don't feel any odor again. But the moment you remove the cap, the odor scare them away. They are still with you, but they move back from you. I do not know if this is what the Israelites believe, but this is what our ancestors did. In order to create union, a very close union with the Almighty Creator. And the moment you put on this cap, nobody can curse you and nobody can bless you. And so when somebody wants to bless you, because he's a human being, you remove the cap and the person bless you. And after the person finishes blessing you, you put the cap back again. Because if you do not regulate the movement of this cap in your head, people can twist your destiny for you. There is a reason why police, army, all these people wear cap. It's not just fashion. They understand that there are people, the Illuminatis among others, who engage in spiritual activities. They will just be somewhere, control all of you, turn all of you to zombie. But when they make such move, your head is covered, they cannot get you. And so the culture of putting on cap was first of all, the purpose of cap was first of all to create a union, a relationship, a close tie between you and your chi. I tell you, if you are a man, you don't put on cap, or you are not conscious of your spiritual arena, every juju will catch you. There is somebody they released somewhere, whether it's, I can't remember the place, but I saw it online. He's supposed to be from Enugu, and they are saying that the country where he is, the police just released him. For going to 3 days, he couldn't talk, he don't know himself, just standing one place and looking. Something has happened to his mind and his brain. That people are somewhere remoting you, toiling with your destiny. It is because you don't understand the role these things play. When you are going to occasion, it is good you hold your cap. If you don't have cap, for some reason you are not used to it, hold your hanky. Where you notice evil people around, put your hanky on your head. I'm talking to the men. And of course, it is compulsory for the women. When you do this, the angel of God is always close to you. This is the reason why our ancestors, they don't joke with the cap. When you continue to put this cap, the purpose is that it is responsible for the opening of portal. Nobody can bless you, nobody can curse you until you give your consent. That is why our people, many of them in Yoruba church, they can't understand what will happen. Because they tell you in the church, don't wear cap. Ask Bishop, why is Bishop wearing cap? So that you people prayer cannot reach him. But he can pray for all of you. Why are we deceiving ourselves? They tell you, oh, when you wear cap in the church, you don't respect God. Are you telling me all these bishops don't respect God? Because bishops in their full regard wear cap. The moment you are not putting on that cap, anybody can say anything to you. That is why when you enter any worship center, you are not with cap. Tell God, anybody that mean you well, let good meet that person. And let that good meet you also. But anybody that mean you evil and pretend to mean you good, let them receive 100-fold. In fact, from their mouth, let God declare judgment. These are ways of taking authority over your spiritual vicinity. When I don't trust you, I look at you, I have issue with you. The only thing I do is I say, oh Lord my God, from this man, from the mouth of this man, declare your judgment. So that time you are saying, Judge Onyibe, idiot. Judge Onyibe, you are useless. You are telling yourself, because I have asked my God to declare your judgment, his judgment from your lips. Now you know, you can't fool us. You can't toil our life with you, anything you want to call. You can't. Is it diabolical, jujulically? Then you cannot. So you as a Christian, they say, don't wear cap, don't wear cap. Can you please go and ask your bishop why bishop garment have to have cap attached to it? Because now you know they want to be in total control of the spiritual arena. Learn to cover your head. It is for shade also. While we are looking at the purpose of the cap, we must not forget that it is for sunshade. It is for carrying load. It is for disguising oneself. It is for beautification. And it's also for men and women. We have just looked at two main purposes of the cap, why our ancestors use it. But that will not make us to forget that some cap were actually designed to carry load. Some cap main purpose is to cover shade, sunshade, while you are walking out there in the field. Some cap are actually meant for fashion design. Some cap are actually meant for you to disguise yourself. And there are caps meant for women, and also there are caps meant for men. But outside this domestic use or function of the cap, I want you to focus on the spiritual implication that the role the cap plays in our individual lives. I just try to explain something so you can understand it. I made you to understand going back to the Bible so that you not say it's shameful. Jesus understand the implication of chi that follow little children, that they are always closer to God than the chi that follow elderly people. And that is because the odor of little children is not as horrible as the odor of an adult, because they are always on perfume. And little children, their head is always covered. Want little children, from the day you deliver that child, they begin to cover their head. Ask your parents, why are they covering the child's head? They will tell you that it is because of that softness in the brain. And then by the time you move ahead to look at the other implication, of course, we will be going in depth in the course of this study. If we still go back to the Bible, women were forbidden from covering their head in the Old Testament. Women were forbidden from covering their head. In the ancient time, in the days of Abraham, only prostitute cover head. Only prostitute. But I do not understand who alternated them in the life of black people. They told the men, you cannot put on cap, leave your cap. And they told the women, you must cover your head. In the Old Testament, the men were expected to wear cap anywhere they go, except in certain occasions where they have to be anointed. Because of course they cannot pour the anointing oil on top of the cap. And the women were forbidden from covering their faces. Only prostitutes cover their face. That is their culture and tradition. And that you can get that information from where Judah slept with the daughter-in-law when he went for sheep shearing, thinking she was a prostitute. Because in those days it was the culture of a prostitute to cover her hair and then sit under the tree. And then Judah hasn't gone on to her, not knowing it was the daughter-in-law. And of course we know the rest story. These are some of the places to tell you all those things. But today they tell the woman, tie your head, tie scarf. Women cannot open the scarf. If you open the scarf, you dishonor your husband. So women must tie their head. But the point is, what was our parents doing? They have their own cap. They tie their own scarf. And there is a reason why they do that. Like the area I want us to focus on today is to understand, number one, that our ancestors put on this cap in order to draw their present closer to God. Number two, that our ancestors put on this cap in order to reduce that body odor, spiritually, not physical one. It makes the angel come closer to them. Number three, our ancestors put on cap because this very cap covers the portal through which anybody can influence their life without their knowledge. All the cause when they cause police and Nigerian army, you know, say no, they kill them for bus stop because they are putting on that cap. It won't work. Any day they are not putting on cap, you swear for them, it will get them. So if you want to cause police and army, look, target them where they are not putting a cap, you cause them. It's applicable to everybody anyway. The other reason is because you should be in control of who bless you or who curse you. Finally, a word of advice. When anybody is praying for you, except it's your mother and father, you can take chances. Because they are the only two people that want you to be better than them. The only two people that want you to be better than them in this life is your mother and your father. Others, believe me, they don't want you. Envy and jealousy will kill them. But of course, if you can take chances for your parents, good and fine. But any other person want to bless you, my brother, inside your heart, begin to talk to your angel, your own chi. Tell your angel to talk to your own God. Please, oh, this man curse me, make you curse him back. This man bless me, make you bless him back. I be you teach everybody where they share money for obituary or for occasion. Now all of them actually they share money. And of course, I will stop on trying to introduce the purpose of the cap to us this evening. And we will continue by looking at the color implication in our next study. Our lines are open. You are free to call in. Tell me the role the cap play in your tradition. Understand, on this segment, I am not telling you that everything I said is the same way it happened in your village. But I know there are similarities. I know it's almost the same thing. And of course, this is an interactive session. We can discuss about it and then we learn from ourselves. Why do our fathers wear cap? Yoruba pastor ask you not to wear cap and enter church. And all of them are bishop wearing cap. Do you know what they do if they risk the mindset of not putting on this cap? I'll be back in a minute.
All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. It's not by force to be together. It's not by force to be together. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. It's not by force to be together. Naturally, Biafra go. Yeah. Let my people go. Yeah. Naturally, Biafra go. Yeah. Naturally, my people go. Naturally, my people go. Yeah. Let my people go. Yeah. Wake up this morning, I look in the sky. All I see is rising sun. Wake up this morning, I look in the sky. All I see is rising sun. Obodo Chukwu Choloma, Obodo Chukwu na n'Oluwa, the land of the rising sun. Yeah, let my people go. Yeah, let my people go. Ekele na de kalo, for making us to know what freedom is all about. Yeah, ekele na de kalo, for making us to know what freedom is all about. Yeah, ekele na de kalo, making us to know what freedom is all about. Blessing at all, make a leggy. Opakisimu kisike, Onyama Biafra dinemo. We are not fighting for war, but freedom. All we need is freedom. Olu make a leggy. Olu make a leggy. Olu make a leggy. Olu make a leggy. Olu ne kuri, olu make a leggy. Olu make a leggy.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to You're listening to
This is
Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Yes, at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. And of course, when you call in, let us know the purpose of CAP. Those CAP your fathers, your uncles, those CAP that our ancestors put on. Of course, I have not talked about the crown of the Igwe, but the principal or the primary CAP first of all. Call on the line your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, wonderful. My angelic brother.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My African rep, Georgie Onyibe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, notwithstanding your time zone. This remain your humble brother, Mazi Ekuruke. I'm calling from Iguacha province. Mazi Onyibe, I appreciate you, Kokikadiama, for using all of you in this great platform to propagate this everlasting gospel. You know, I don't call here is in your own platform, here is where I eat my spiritual food. But this one is overwhelming. This teaching this night, to be frank with you, is over. I can't, that is, I don't know how to describe it. I just want to use this opportunity. That's why I called to tell my brothers and sisters, especially all of us who are in this act of Noah called IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. As far as you are an indigenous person of Biafra, being in this umbrella family, please, I want us to zero our hearts because we have been hypnotized. We have been enslaved politically and religiously, especially these two. Because if I call it economically, because if we liberate ourselves politically, we can now cover the economic aspect of it. The most aspects we are enslaved politically and religiously. So please let us zero our mind. And we always come here to listen to my angelic brother, George Onyibe, and the angel that fly in the midst of heaven that have been metamorphosed in human form. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, whom Chiko Tikadama is using to teach us. Let us zero our mind and learn. Zero our mind. Know that they have hypnotized us and live as newborn babies. We will be saved. Mazen George Onyibe, you are blessed. This is your teaching. You don't know what you are, the wonderful thing that Chukwu Kabiyama is using you to liberate humanity. That's what I want to tell you. And I want to advise our people. Everyone, forget about your education, qualification. You went to theological school or this pastoral school or what. Throw them away and come to Biafra, Radio Biafra and learn. Mazi Onyibe, Chukwu Kabiyama sent him to teach every one of us. And our leader, the angel that fly in the midst of heaven, if we listen to him, we'll be saved. They are God, the one and only God that we worship, that they introduce to us, that will follow, and we'll be saved. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Good to my brother. God bless you.
God is faithful.
Bye-bye.
Are you still there? Call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'm still there. Good evening, Onyema.
Good evening from here.
Onyibe. This is Ogogo from London. Thank you. Can I thank you very much for your wisdom? May our ancestors give you more wisdom and understanding as you remember to teach us what we have lost for a very long time. Can I thank your wife as well, who is not frustrating you to wake up to teach the gospel? You know, a criminal is a criminal. Fulani know they are criminals. They are where they are not supposed to be. So they always be a criminal. Onyoshi. George Onyibe, I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer the question you asked. Yeah, because during the time I was growing up, I saw my father with the cap. I saw old people with the cap. But the history of Igbo people were taken away from our school. And even to teach us more Igbo language so that we can be more central in Anioma. They keep telling us that the teacher is going to come and teach us. I think they deceive us up to 4 times. If we asked about it every time, I could remember when I was in primary school. The school is already a primary school. Check.
I had the privilege of studying a car language in school.
Oh, you are very lucky, I'm telling you.
I had that privilege.
I tell you, you are very lucky. What they were telling us that time is, today they tell us the teacher who is coming to teach us our central Igbo language. They neither tell us he died, or they tell us his wife died, or they tell us again that his daughter got accident when he was coming. So this is how they keep playing us. Okay, but what belongs to people belongs to people. We are Igbo people, and we don't give no damn about anything. Yeah, the culture of us is what we're supposed to be teaching to our children, and so that we can know everything that everything we inherited from Onubu, bitter leaf, to Girisi, to Ajopa. Everything is blessing. It's just for us to sit down and think about what we're gonna use it to do to enrich ourselves. But if we don't, God, the Creator, give it to us as a gift. But it's up to us for you to make use of it. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer it, but it should be in our archive that this is a question we have to teach our children in our school, and not to teach them about to hailing the earth and the rapists, the white people in the Oshi who came to Africa to loot our property. This sort of thing, we don't care about it. And Judge Onyibe, can I thank you again for the early morning sermon, where you talk about the bongo. This is the history we need. Is you understand the bongo? This is the history we need. Please, Judge Onyibe, can you please advertise for more historians from our land, from Ejo to Shakiri, from Shakiri to Igbo land, so that they can come and tell us what we are waiting for. Lastly, I'm unable to get to Hamadike today because I want to let him know that pharmacists, and the medical system is very fraud. The medical system is very rich, and they are criminals. Like the way Fulani people and the British people are stealing our oil. There's something applicable to our medical system. So I want to tell Hamadike that we need to have an Plan B medical system. We will use our native doctors, our traditional healers, make our hospital to look like St. Mary Hospital in UK and St. Thomas Hospital in UK. This is our traditional rulers, because workplace balance. If people have enough space where they work, a beautiful environment where they work, it makes them to think broad, so that they think the best thing for their place. Not when people are living like in the mud, suffering. You fight to eat food, you fight to buy food, you fight for electricity, you fight to enter. You can't even have a train. This sort of thing kill people. And the Fulani is there digging your well to put poison inside the place you go to toilet. This is poison upon poison upon poison. So I want to tell our Hamadike that when Biafra come, we need an alternative to our medical system, and this is gonna be made in Biafra. The best and the best is gonna be done by our traditional healers. We will monitor them, so they are not gonna bring into fraud into it, and criminality into it. Once they are truthful and they are doing the good job, you will see what people will come to Biafra land to take medical system. Where politician in Biafra land is coming to Europe to take medical system, you will see that white people are coming to Biafra to take our indigenous tablet, because they know that this one is the real one. Judge Onyibe, can I thank you again, and may Almighty Chukwu bless you and guide you. Thank you very much. Yeah?
We must continue. Are you there, caller on the line? Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Dr. Chukwu, calling from London.
Go ahead.
program have been bless our leader, our deputy leader, and bless my partner. Thank you for your speaking. Now, in my community, women does not wear cap. In my community, only men that are wearing cap, and they're wearing that red cap. That black cap, they not recognize it as any strength, or they not function. In fact, that black cap will not function anything in our village. But that red one, they're always wearing that red one, except in the church. They're not wearing that red one and go to. And that red one, not everybody is wearing that red one. Only people that have titles, maybe they are calling each other. Maybe if you born picking in during time of each other, if you anybody making also, I'm here with that red cap. If you wear that red cap, they call it that this person did evil or this person did abomination. The only elder that do actually also the name for that red cap. The women does not wear any cap in our village. That black one, they are not using it as anything. They see it as a fashion, or if you want to do guy, they wear that black cap. But that red cap, they give it respect. Anywhere they are going, you won't go period, you won't go any place to put it, and they own for our own, or no own, they different for other own cap. That's how we do it for our community.
So what is the name of your community?
I'm from Anambra. If you say Anambra State. Yes,
Okay, so which of the king that rules your community? Is it a high chief or a king?
It's a king.
You have a king that rules your community. The women have their right in that your community. Do they have? Can women organize their own meeting and decide what happens in that community? Do they have the power?
No.
They don't.
No.
Okay. In that case,
unless if anything they needed to do like Omada.
So when they are doing Omwada, are they allowed to dress do they have a special way of dressing?
If you do Omada, I'm from Anambra, married in Imo State. So I'm in one of Wada there. If you want to do Wada, they tie two lapa. Once we tie two lapa. In anything, we no go wear skate. We no go wear trouser.
What do you put in your head?
Yeah, hair tie.
So you have a cap already. Your hair tie is your cap. Your hair tie is your cap.
Okay, we are hair tie or cap for that meeting.
Because if you notice some old women, when they want to tie that scarf, some of them will wear cap inside before they tie it. Have you noticed that?
Yes. So they wear cap inside.
Because why I'm saying it is, you say women don't wear cap. But the same cap boils down to the wrapper you use in tying your head. It's also cap. The most important thing is that we have something to cover our head. It is very important.
They wear cap, but who's that red one?
The red one, if you see, there are women they call Omo. There are women as powerful as a king. If I want to go outside Biafra land, they have, okay, let me not go there. But there are women that are given power. They are so powerful that they can even influence the decision of a king. That is why people like Margaret Ekpo and the rest of them were able to summon the whole Biafran women and march in 1929. If women were not given such power, if there were no offices meant for women to preside even over the affair of men in certain issues, those about women riot, as they call it, would never had happened. Though these days the current generation monarch may want to suppress the women, that does not mean that that is how our ancestors behaved. Most of those things may not be happening today, but they did happen in the ancient time. Go ahead anyway. I'm still learning from you.
You know, one of my friends is from Ngwa. They tell me, say, for Ngwa, women, they give title like a chief. They do women chief for title. They give them title chief. And they will wear chief clothes for that. My friend
have you heard about Ugodia?
Yes.
It's not just a name, it's a chieftaincy title. There are beautiful names meant for women who are chief. There are issues concerning our mothers that our fathers are not allowed to get involved. In those days when those structures were in place, when there is a case of infidelity, it is the woman that handles the woman, and the men handle the men. Of course, a man in our tradition, no story of infidelity, except they go to another man's wife. But in the case of women, we have our mother who will punish that woman. And this our mother is not just any mother. They are women with rank. You understand? Go ahead, please.
Yes. You know, for this name now, where you call it's a title. You know, since I grew up in my village, I never see any woman, only for church, they do that title. They come to church, they will name you Ezine, and they will name you Ochendo. But for our village, the olden days that my father tell me is for olden days that they give women as a now. If you say if you want to get titles from church, that you get that title.
Have you heard about when they say Agongwanye?
Yes.
You don't, in those days, you don't call somebody Agongwanye. Those who understand the implication will reject it. When you hear them call somebody Agongwanye, you will understand the lack of Margaret Igbo and the rest of them. But of course, we are saying all these things because these are our cultures and traditions that have almost been destroyed.
Yes, they are calling if you do something that's good, or maybe if you do something one man will do that, they will call you Agongwanye.
I think our leader's mother is one of those title holders. Ugodia. Lolo Sele, Ugodia. It's not a name to make the man happy. It is a name to acknowledge her that she is a true mother.
So this is how we do. There's something I want to say, please.
Go ahead.
For the other time, because this thing, if I go late sometimes, this thing they disturb me. Not the old thing before. Family, if you want to enter, they will tell you, say, don't enter this place. This house is like this. And one broadcast, I said that thing for one broadcast, and the thing said, don't worry, you look into that issue. And I'm waiting for you to look into that issue. It's about an outcast. There's some village you enter, the thing, this issue, you don't enter there. I need to know more about that issue. The thing is that one day we do about broadcast about.
Yes, if we go into Osu now, it is going to be a complete digression from what we are saying. But like I said, it's on record already. We must look into the issue of Osu. We must understand why somebody is called Osuji and the rest of them. But believe me, Osu or no Osu, nobody have committed any crime, except that they want to keep the record straight. That is why it looks as if the enemy used it and got inside us and then manipulate it as they manipulate every other thing. Everybody living within our community had a place where they came from. And they have agreement that enables them to stay there together. These are some of the, by the time we will study the issue of Osu, that is when you begin to see how our languages were diluted. That is when you begin to see how different languages are here in Biafra land. Of course, it's unavoidable in every society, but we must know where they are coming from. Somebody called our leader during his interactive program and said his name is Adekule something Igbo. Do you understand? To us, we say, oh, it's our brother. But the guy said, my father is a Yoruba, my mother is Igbo. Does he make that guy a Biafran?
No.
He can never be Biafran. But there are people who will fight and say, oh, it's even better, it's our own. Nkanyi Bonkanyi. They will put him in our community. As time goes on, he has his own village. He knows he's not Igbo. He knows he's a Yoruba with Igbo mother. And a time will come where he is not there. The love of mother have faded away. His children will fight to defend their father. That is why you see a lot of Igbo, Ijo, Niger Delta, every region in Biafra land. Some of them you think they are your brother. They will kill you for Yoruba, Hausa, and Fulani. But when we are saying it today, people who don't understand where that matter is going to, we misunderstand you. But of course, we study that in the process of time by the grace of God. And then everybody will understand how we got here. It's not our fault. That I am Abo man is not my fault. I didn't choose my father. I didn't choose my mother. I did not choose to be a black man. It is God who had the absolute right and he presided over those issues. I will not question him. Neither will I condemn another for coming from other place. No. But what we are against here is people who think they can enslave us. Don't worry. You keep listening. We will get there. Thank you very much, my sister.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We must continue. If you look at what our sister has said, she tried by saying women don't wear cap. Of course, your cap is a cap. But we are looking at, we have different kind of cap. But I want us to look at that one that are very common as it affects us as a people. I have made you to understand, as a Biafran, when you are going to public occasion, make sure you have hanky or your cap with you. When people begin to make some prayer you don't understand, my brother, put this cap for your head. Put the cap for your head. If Buhari can go to Redeem headquarters and refuse to pull his cap, and Adeboye didn't tell him anything, my brother, your mumu never do. When enemy begin to pray for you, my brother, wear your cap. If you don't get cap, put hanky for your head. Because when they get you, they don't get you. And of course, in our previous edition of this broadcast, I made you to understand that there are things you can do. There are things you can do to help yourself. When you enter any vicinity, remove your shoe. If you are wearing pants sandal, touch the earth, touch the dust, make declaration there. Tell the land, I come in peace. I come to bless these people. And as far as I abide by the good, I stand for the good of these people. If they seek for my evil, if they seek for my downfall, you must fight for me. I come in peace. I tell you, nobody there can hurt you. Do you know that our deity kill our people against the enemy more than protecting our people? Abo, where I come from, the strangers in Abo exercise the same right with Abo man. They call it Freetown. Because according to our culture and tradition, we don't fight any strangers. If you deal with anybody because he's a stranger, and that matter get to the king, you are in for a trouble. But if somebody challenge you that because he felt he has power in your community and he can ride you, and then we cure him. But we don't fight stranger. That is why all these people are growing wings in our land. But of course, we must continue. Caller, WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, my mentor. Good evening from here.
Go ahead, please.
All hail Biafrans all over the world. God Almighty, bless all Biafrans, bless our leaders, bless all supporters of freedom all over the world. Bless all Biafrans, bless our leader, Onyibe, who our own Jesus for our own time is for Jesus. Only him we follow. My brother, it has been a while that I don't come online like this again, but today I say let me greet all Biafrans all over the world and for the good work that you are doing for Biafrans all over the world. May Chukwu Kukabiama bless you all. Bless your family. You're going out and coming in. Anybody who is supporting of this freedom fighter that stand for the truth, God, you will see the face of God in your life with your entire generation. So shall it be. My brother, the topic you bring this evening is wonderful. It's so marvelous. It is not something that's, maybe some people will see at it like you are just saying something just for for something just like that. But it's not like that. In my own tribe, where I come from, in Biafra land, in Obudu, all these things you said today, I remember what my grandfather, I know he lived 115 years before he died. If not a sickness that come and attack him, by now he could have lived up till now. I know he used to sit me down and say, my son, this is the things we do in those days. This is the things our father teach us in those days. Someone that I grew up and I met him 115 years is not an easy man. He's an elder man in my community. No matter how the sickness took him away, I know what he sit me down, tell me, my son, these are the things we do in those days. These are the things, this is the herbs, this is the things we do for the wizard should not come nearer to our family. This is the things we do for our God. Our God will answer us. But many people see it today. They throw all those things away. They turn everything to the churches and everything. They are deceiving us that we should pray, we should fast, we should do this. But at the end of it, we will not even see the good result. But what our grandparents, what our parents teach us in those days, we throw them away because we want to follow for the new things that the big things and other people, foreign countries bring to us, lying against us. We don't know our right again. We forget those things that were helping us. Someone can sick, maybe epilepsy. He can sick, just fall down now. You go to your backyard and get a native herb. You treat.
I lost that caller, Zoo Epileptic Network. Yes, can you hear me? Caller on the line.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing you.
Go ahead, please. Good evening from here.
Okay, I want to congratulate you on the good work you have been doing to Scotland. I am Mazi Kenneth.
Please move away from your radio, or you turn down the volume.
I come from Ugabala. Ugabala is one of the ways in Biafra land. I thank you for the good work and for the teachings you have been giving to our people to understand what most of us have forgotten, even from what we have not learned from the inclusion where we are done. I thank you, may God bless you. Continue the good work, and it is necessary that we understand where we are coming from and where we are going, and what our fathers, our ancestors have left for us. Our ancestors left good things for us, not bad things. It depends on our mentality. I bless you for reminding us on that. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from?
Evening from here, Mazi George Onyibe.
Go ahead, my brother.
And good evening to Biafrans, lovers of freedom, friends of Biafrans, and IPOB in general. I must thank you for the good work you're doing, but before that, my name is Most Favor Onyibe, and I come from Ozo. Ozo is in Ekusigo, Inewu province, Biafran land, and I'm calling you from Holland, where I serve indigenous people in the capacity of national PRO. Mazi, I must thank you for the good work, and in a way to just shed a little light to what you've already said. Mazi, my father told me Namo Guaram, that he's still alive. And when he said this to me, the struggle for our restoration through Martin Kanu has not started. But my dad told me that I should not remove a cap for someone that I don't know. Just like the normal culture that when you see an elderly person,
they will say
you want
remove
to
your
remove
cap
him.
and greet.
Yes.
Now lie you.
Yes.
Now lie
So
you.
my father told me, he said he's under a very on a very rare condition that you must remove cap. That
rare condition is that you are spiritual aware of your environment. You must have taken authority. If not, go ahead.
He said that I should not remove my cap to anybody if I want to greet him or meet anybody. And I said, why? He said that whenever you remove a cap to somebody, you are giving the person the right to declare, be it positive, be it negative, the person have control over you. I didn't understand that. But now, as time goes on, we grow, keep growing and keep reading and seeing things in life. And I begin to ask myself, do you know that this same kippah, the Israel or the Jewish people, the Israeli wear, that same thing, they know the value. Watch the Muslim also. Muslim also, they also wear their cap. They also have their own cap on their head anytime, any day. But it's only us that don't know. And our fathers and our father before our fathers, they knew this quite well, and they are always on their cap. But today, we have been told that is maybe civilization only cuts the Igbos or the Biafrans. So your topic is just the only thing I just had to say to add is to tell you that this teaching you're giving, that my father has said this to me long time before now, years. He said that I should not remove my cap to anybody that I don't know. Onyibe, just keep on teaching us, and we are hearing and we are listening. And Chukwuabiama will help us. The way it was in the days of the old, we will return it back to us. All these guys that cannot have hold over us and control us. Why all of them, even ordinary the Fulanis and the Hausas, them we call them empty, we call them Olodo, we call them they know nothing, we call them cattle elder. But these guys, they are spiritually rooted. They uphold their culture because all those things have very significant value. It has value to their lives, and they are holding it. But to us, Biafrans, in fact, the civilization only it worked very well on us. Thank you, Mother, for the good work, and please permit me to announce our meeting that is coming forth on the 11th. Thank you. On the 11th of July, all the IPOB families, this is for everyone. As far as you Biafran and your mother tie two-piece wrapper, please don't be part of this meeting. Please make it a duty to be part of this very family meeting. Coming up is IPOB national meeting here in Netherlands, and it's coming on 11th of July 2020, and the venue for this meeting is Egolin number 9. Egolin number 9. The postcode is 1103 AC in Amsterdam. If on your way coming you need some direction or any assistance on information, you can reach our principal officers on 0616663830. the second number. If you miss the first number, you can also reach an office also on the second number, which is 0856499792. Please be part of this meeting on July the 11th, 4 p.m. Dutch time. See you all. See you there. We all know what is happening in our land. Our land is under occupation, is under siege. Don't just ignore it. It's a time to save our land. Be part of this meeting, and Chukwu Abiyama will bless you all. Mazi, thank you for the time you've given me. Thank you very much.
Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Mazi Onyibe.
Monitoring Spirit. Go ahead.
Mazi Onyibe, Dotuko Pikadi Amaderege. Dedu Temefo, Ejubo Dede, Dotuko Pikadi Amaderege. If not you, we would have gone as a people. May the power of the Most High Creator, the Creator of the whole universe, to put yeah, God, the one you made me to understand and went back to worship the Creator, to put may Chukwutikadiama's blessing continue to dwell upon you. And I encourage you to lead us this fight to the end of it, because it has already come to the end. We are ancient people, Biafra. Listen. We are ancient people. We are traditional people. We are suffering because we abandoned the ancient way of our ancestors. That is the true way of worshiping our Creator. We have our way of doing our burial. I am a witness. Chukwutikadiama said to me, my son, do you want Biafra to come? I say yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, I understand you. Because of the cap. So everything is about tradition. That tradition, everything about our tradition is perfect. Everything about my journey is not there to teach us in vain. We are whether you like it or not. Our way of life is upon Ogu. That is why you cannot stop Biafra. You can imagine every religion in this world just to change our life. We worship the Creator through traditional upon Ogu. Abu magigi ma obanjia magigi meji obanjia giga na alone gaga mejita ihu money na alone na to no ujo. But we need to nwe everybody give ogoni. Get the whole community. We must be free. We are Biafra. If you think that Biafra will come back, let's come get her. Where are you, man? You think that our leader is joking? He has sacrificed everything. Everything. They keep our parents. They put him in prison. He challenged them there. He come and they put jets in the air and try to kill him. He remained resolute. That he was already captured. All these guys. Oh, I tell you, First King chapter 2. Any day that they have Biafra. Oh no, the warriors they will come. I'll be up to the very resolute. Okay, we have decided to fight this battle. We will see what if America will stop Biafra. Are we not as people? Let's see if America will stop what they do. Are we outside? Are we what is all this? Let Awusa go their way. Let Yoruba go their way. Let Fulani go their way. And let Biafra go their way. They kill us like this. We are another generation now. And you cannot take out. We must be sure that if Trump, we are respecting Trump because I know that Trump is resolute. Just declare we are Biafra. Because if this war comes, we will shoot bullets in the sky the complete 72 hours. Yeah, if the physical goal can we can make the right to fall and make the right to stop. And that on a tono de la Nala, on the Popu, Okubu, at the temple, who Alupu Mowa, our Parabo, our island, on the Nam Shika, or Street of Canada, Mowa to now, the freedom of death. It's only the name of Patasha, I will allow, but not to the option of where we're on up like a you. Mama came away, Mama Taboke. What's the matter? Church like this Biafra project. Don't have a mistake. All the blessed Biafra. All of our folk are getting along. Oh, yeah, Biafra.
Thank you very much, caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
George, good evening, Mazi George.
Good evening.
I'm here, Mazi.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, good evening, fellow Biafran. My name is Obi Mane Chibike. I'm from Umudi, under Olu province, Biafra land. And I'm calling from the state of Israel. Mazi, just permit me to digress a little on today's topic.
Go ahead.
On Facebook for quite some moment now. But going back to our root, Mazi, when we are growing up and when a couple, married couple, especially a young couple, get issue, the husband will take the wife to the mother and the parents, and the issue will be settled. But recently, I find something unpleasant on Facebook where our Igbo people carry their marital issue to where they call a Umuja, going there to disgrace themselves, bringing out themselves on Facebook to be discussing their marital issue and issues. Why can't us rest our tradition and go back what we are known for? How can an outsider judge a case between you and your wife concerning your home, and you bring it open to the general public to be calling and they contributing? Here maybe Womazi, it's better we learn now to go back to our roots, or we keep on messing ourselves up. The program, somebody sent it to me and forced me to watch it, thinking that I will be happy after watching it. But after watching it, I was very sad. Since that time, I've never seen a Yoruba people or Hausa people on that program. It's only Igbo people. Sometimes they will come for paternal issue. A guy will impregnate a girl and deny. They will come and do DNA, this, that. Every is happening. Why we have forgotten the family issue? We have bring ourselves out to the general public, and there is no way we can hide ourselves anymore. Must keep it on and teaching our people how to go back to our root. It will be good and better for us if we learn very fast. Thank you very much, Maz.
Thank you very much. We must continue. People must understand the spiritual implication behind the cap we wear. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, sir. Mazin.
Good evening, Mazin. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, sir. This is Blessing Ungo calling from Ngokbala.
Go ahead.
My Chukwu bless you, sir. My Chukwu bless Mazin Nanikano and Mazu Chemofo. I want to give a report. I'm from Ngokbala. I want to give a report from my Mr. Mazi Abraham. Like since this year, we haven't paid our dues, our monthly dues receipt. They have been holding our tickets from Ngokbala. We have not paid from January, and I know that IPOD needs some money to do some things because of this alemajiri. Like from January now, haven't paid our everything. How are you going to contribute if Biafra come? I don't know. Even though it's how they bring some.
Have you reported to your state coordinator?
Yes. Mr. Abraham is the state coordinator from Imo State.
And then
like since this year,
the complaint to the Biafra Land National or the finance department. Do you have access to the finance department?
No, you don't. Well, you have spoken to Nenya because Ngokbala to do pay direct to Nenya because of this the same man.
And since you have access to Nenya, it will be better you go back and sort this issue out.
Okay, sir. But Mazi, sir, on your worship, sir, please, people should help us because of that man.
There is nobody that can help you in this matter outside Nenya, and I'm glad you have access with her already. Nobody can help you in this matter. Not even the Biafra Land National. Not even the member of the DOS. Go to the finance department. I'm sure they will attend to you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. And the rest assured your complaint and noted. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. May Chukwu bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
On your worship, sir.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue.
Yes, sir.
Our people must understand there is a reason why our ancestors, of course, when I say our ancestors, our forefathers, there is a reason why they did everything that they did. That is what we are uncovering, and we must emulate the good one and develop them. Are you there, caller on the line?
Okay, sir. But
Caller on the line.
Please, people should help us. Because of
Caller
that
on the line. Of course, some of them, when they call, they are not even there. They're still listening to their radio. But we must continue. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Sir, my name is Utu Anucha. I'm from Omabale, Ngozi. Omabale is in Ichielangwa, Biafra land. Who am I speaking?
You are on to Radio Biafra Extra. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. God bless you, Master John Onyibe. And bless our leader, Master Nnamdi Oku Carlo. And bless all Biafra all over the world. I thank you, John Onyibe, for this lecture you are letting out this season. I have learned a lot. From this year lecture. Actually, Radio Biafra is my university. I used to learn a lot of things here. Even this night, even since you started lecturing out this night, even I believe wear my cap now to sleep. Hello?
Go ahead. If you wear your cap to sleep, you will get headache.
Oh, as these people have bamboo laws too much. Even Yoruba Church, when I go, I don't know that they are using all our destiny, all our stand, controlling us everywhere. Even any man, anyone, even if you wear cap that time, they go say, remove your cap, remove your cap. Well, I don't know, say they are using it for something. You have opened our eyes today. You have opened our brain.
Just ask them, why is it that it's a sin for church member to wear cap, but bishop is putting on the same cap?
It's true, sir.
And then they will tell you it's a spiritual thing. You won't understand. Tell them you understand now.
It's true, sir. Actually, sir, I am not going to church again. Since Kumuyi can go to Atorok and use his mouth tell us, say, make we leave Buhari alone, while everyone know that Buhari is dead. And I know that they are protecting one Nigeria, not the heaven, then they protect. Now one Nigeria, their stomach, now then they protect. Last time we said that we know election in Biafra land. Now this Pastor Kumuyi, he used platform of deeper life to give all those politicians, both Yakubu Gowon will kill millions of Biafra. He gives them the platform, they make we they pray for this election where they come, say there has been no problem. Why they know that election is fraud, or election is bloody election. They are killing a lot, they are causing a lot of atrocities. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And Lord, please, God will bless you. God will try continue to energizing you people in the mighty name of Yahweh.
You see. Are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp. Are you still there? I think we lost that caller. But we must continue. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Thank God I live here online. I'm very happy I met you right here. Very, very happy. It's my pleasure. Well, I wouldn't introduce my name due to security reasons. So I'm very sorry about that.
Go ahead.
But I must tell you that a lot of people is flowing up. A lot of people is in this struggling, no matter where you are. So I heard some people saying that you go and register. You go and register. So, but I don't know how important is it for somebody to go and there's a by keep flowing up. So I listened to what happened this morning, and I must recommend
I must recommend on what happened this morning. It was very, very awesome. So there's a lot of cause. There's a lot of cause happening, and I must tell you that the leader is very, very hot. This morning, I listened to him because we're much and a lot of people want to get to him. So I really recommend on him. So you have to keep it up. So back to what you were saying this evening about wearing cap. You say it's nice compared to what is happening right now. So I'm in that state about precisely. So I must tell you that right now, even the church people, the man doesn't condemn the cap. You know, he doesn't condemn cap at all. You can wear cap and come to the church. You know, I don't want to miss the church, but man, you can dress anyhow and come to the man's church. It doesn't care. He was saying that it's just the heart of a man is what matters a lot. It's not what you put on. So whether you wear cap, it doesn't wear cap. Because I didn't wear cap and come to the church. Face cap, I wear, face cap, normal face cap. I go to the church. Wear my normal jean, everything, pick up and go to church. You know. So if it's some churches, they will bounce you back, telling you how you are dressing, something like that. It's not okay. So I want to say with regard to what the first lady said in land. I think the women, they give them title, being a chief. I agree with the first caller, the lady that, So the lady here in Nongaland, they give them a chief's title. I remember where I school, and the lady, my landlady is a chief. They are calling the lady chief. So the lady keep wearing those things, giving the cap, everything, always dressing like a chief. So I recommend your program this evening. It's become development, and people have to know. People really have to talk. In this struggling, I really want to say that millions of people is really flowing and flowing up. But I don't know, people are saying register. You must go and register. You must belong to us.
Yes, it's important you look for the nearest family and join, because it's not everything we will tell you here on Radio Biafra. And so it's for your own benefit.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you very much.
But, yeah, all right.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Hello, Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead.
Onyibe, I'm very grateful to you. I'm very grateful to your teachings. Come back to our roots. The cap of 18 in Bende, we don't wear that type of cap where the people from Anambra wear. We don't wear it. We have our Okuago. That Okuago signifies a lot of things in Bende division. It's only now that people are just using that cap as anyhow. Before you put on that Okuago, you must reach to a certain stage in life. And sometimes things in the community, you are well aware of it. So I thank you so much your teachings. I'm from Alai. My name is Okorie. I thank you so much, and our leader. and his deputy, Mr. Chidera Oduogele. I thank all of you so much because without you people, there is nothing we can hear. During the war, it was only Okokondem and Dr. Ifeweke who are in the information. So you are doing a lot. I'm very grateful to you. Your teachings, you teach people so many things that they do not know. So wearing cap, we have so many types of cap. You know, in Bende, we don't play with a face cap. We call it Papa's cap. Then you have the other one you call cowboy's cap. There is the way when we dress, we put on it. There is another cap. We call it Okwite. It's from London. I have all those caps. So I know my father very well concerning things about cap wearing. We don't play with it. So the most important thing you taught us is that when you wake up, nobody can stigmatize you or do anything.
They cannot curse you.
Through
they
your
cannot
head.
bless you.
They cannot. They cannot. So that's a very big lesson I learned from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We must continue. And of course, this is where we draw the curtain on this very segment. I will be signing off temporarily. Believe me, I will be back in no time. We are not going anywhere. Day one.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to
This is
Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.